And then on this one, photograph, sculpture, painting.
Oh, wow, you're excellent. Thank you.
But that's the kind of painting I do. When I'm working in another venue as an artist, I obviously have a different kind of product. So I saw this ad in the classified section of the Post that said artists to work overseas with the U.S. Navy. This was in 1965 at the depths of the Cold War.
Okay.
But it wasn't the U.S. Navy.
How did you know that?
Okay, continue.
Anyway, I ended up in an interview in a motel room outside of the city limits. It was dimly lit in there, and there was this guy that looked a little suspicious. He said, he put a bottle of whiskey on the table and says, "Son, this is not the Navy." And from there, we realized that he was from the CIA, and he was looking for people to make false identities.
He's looking for a counterfeiter, forger.
Okay.
Hired him.
So you got hired on the spot?
Well,
you have to go through some...
Yeah, if you're applying for the CIA, you do several interviews and pass several markers. And anyway, I made it in after about 6 months, something like that. And I stayed for 25 years, and I ended up running the place. At the end of the 25 years, I retired, and I became an artist again.
Okay, so, and you actually won the Intelligence Star for your actions?
For the action in
Iran?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. And that is the highest award given to a CIA intelligence officer?
Well, that's that answer that I've heard in the movie, or wherever I've heard, is a little misleading, because there are several citations for different things, but they're not necessarily one's more important than the other. So I don't know what the highest is.
Okay.
It might be something we've never heard of.
We used to say that getting the Intelligence Star and surviving to receive it was in itself a bit of a feat. A lot of them are awarded posthumously.
Okay, so...
But the Intelligence Star is for valor. It's for an act of valor. I don't know how you prove that, but I guess there's some criteria.
Okay, and so outside of Iran, you also served in the Southeast Asia?
I served all over the world.
All over the world? And
Yeah.
so can you name some places that you might have served?
Probably not.
Probably not? That's perfectly understandable if you don't want to.
Some things you have to keep confidential.
Yes, sir. That's understandable.
Now, there might have been somebody over there that looked like me or vaguely resembled me.
Okay.
These things happen.
Yes, sir.
You know, he was chief of disguise, and he could arrange that.
He could?
Yeah, he could. It's entirely possible to make 2 of you or 3 of you, which is a very useful thing
That's amazing.
to do.
That's crazy.
Because then you can be in 2 places at the same time, or 3.
It's not unusual. You read about Churchill. He had a double, and he used them to good purpose. Saddam Hussein had 16 doubles.
Is that 32?
Could be.
I'm just sorry.
Did they send you in here to get information?
I think we're supposed to entertain them and give them something fun to put on.
Yes, and right now you're doing a fabulous job.
Jonna had 27 years in the CIA.
More than him.
Okay.
And she was also the chief of disguise after I was. And she got to work on programs that I started, but she got them finished. But I moved on. But one of those was a disguise so amazing that she took it to show First President Bush. And you've seen people in the Oval Office meeting with the president. Usually they're in a circle around the presidential desk in the Oval Office. Well, there was a photograph of her briefing the president,
Mhm.
and she's lecturing him. But in fact, we took the thing that was in her hand away,
It was airbrushed out. It's classified.
Oh, wow.
but
So,
it was so good that they said, we gotta show the president.
So when I went in the Oval Office, Tony had been there once before briefing the president on something else. It's a big deal to go
Yes.
in the Oval Office and brief someone. And he gave me the best advice I ever got. He said, when you go in there, make sure you understand what door you've entered in, because you want to go out that door. And there are other doors, and one of them is a broom closet. And the story was that there was somebody who had briefed the president, and he went to leave, and he opened the door, and he went in the broom closet.
Just
And he was too embarrassed to come out. It may just be an urban legend, who knows?
so quick question for anybody, anyone?
Yeah, wrap up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, one question. For any students that might want to go into the CIA, what character traits have you seen personally that people have that are in the CIA?
Well, there are character traits for those who have not succeeded very well,
Okay.
and there are character traits for some who've excelled. And I've never been able to figure out which one is which.
Okay.
What if you say problem solvers, creativity?
See, she's
When
gonna
we,
give us-
when we interview, I'll give you the straight answer, which
Uh-huh.
is not nearly as fun as his answer. People who can think on their feet, people who have traveled abroad and understand what foreign countries are about, because that's where the work is.
Mhm.
People who speak a foreign language. Foreign languages is like key.
Okay.
It's a great way in. There aren't enough young Americans that really speak a language.
All right, well, I think we're going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for being here, and I really appreciate this. Thank
I
you.
hope we gave you something useful.
Oh, yes, sir.
Well,
Absolutely.
Whoever does your editing is going to be working all night.
Oh, no. It actually helps.
We do that anyway.
Yes. So, just wanted to thank you
That's
very
an
much.
every Thursday night event, I would say. Okay.
Thank you.